The Galactic Council had seen many unusual partnerships across the cosmos, but none quite prepared them for what they witnessed on surveillance feeds from research station Kepler 442b. Dr. Zara Vexhai, a feline-descended Nexari xenobiologist, stood before a containment unit housing what appeared to be an infant Draconis rex, one of the most feared apex predators in known space. The tiny creature, no larger than a house cat, mewed pitifully as it pressed against the transparent aluminum barriers. Its scales, still soft and translucent, shimmered between deep purple and midnight black. Most species would have terminated such a dangerous specimen immediately, but the Nexari possessed an unusual trait, an overwhelming nurturing instinct toward abandoned young, regardless of species. The adult was killed in the mining accident, Zara reported to her human colleague Dr. Marcus Chen. This little one was found 3 days later, nearly starved. Her whiskers twitched with concern as she observed the creature's labored breathing. Marcus, one of only 12 humans stationed in this sector, studied the readings on his datapad. The xenobiology texts are clear, Zara. Draconis rex reach full maturity within 18 standard months. At that point, it'll be 12 meters long and capable of melting through titanium with its breath. But look at it. Zara's ears flattened against her head, a sign of distress among her people. It's just a baby. What happened next would become legendary throughout human space. Marcus didn't cite regulations or voice concerns about safety protocols. Instead, he looked at his friend's obvious emotional turmoil and said simply, "Then I guess we'd better figure out how to raise it properly." The decision shocked the station's other residents. The insectoid Kythera buzzed nervously whenever the creature was mentioned. The crystalline Vorth calculated a 97.3% probability of station destruction within 6 months. Even the normally stoic robotic synthetics updated their emergency protocols hourly. But Marcus understood something the others didn't. Humans had been domesticating dangerous predators for millennia. Where other species saw an inevitable catastrophe, he saw a problem to be solved through patience, understanding, and careful observation. The first month proved challenging. The infant dragon, whom Zara named Ember, grew at an alarming rate. His appetite seemed bottomless, and his developing fire glands occasionally singed the nursery walls. During these incidents, while other species evacuated entire sections, Marcus would calmly adjust the environmental controls and note the temperature variations in his research log. "Why aren't you afraid?" Zara asked one evening as they watched Ember play with a magnetized ball, his tiny claws clicking against the metal surface. Marcus considered the question while scratching behind Ember's developing horn ridges, a gesture that made the young dragon purr like a fusion engine. "Fear serves a purpose," he explained, "but so does understanding. My ancestors domesticated wolves, creatures that could easily kill them. The key wasn't elimination of danger, but building mutual trust and respect." By month 3, something unprecedented began happening. Ember's aggressive behaviors, which xenobiology textbooks described as instinctual and unavoidable, failed to manifest. Instead, he displayed remarkable intelligence and emotional depth. When Zara worked late in her laboratory, Ember would curl around her chair, providing warmth. When Marcus felt homesick for Earth, the young dragon would bring him small gifts. Interesting, minerals or perfectly symmetrical crystals. The breakthrough came during month 6. The station's main reactor suffered a cascade failure. Temperatures dropped below survivable levels for most species, and emergency power was 12 hours away. While others huddled in their environmental suits, Ember demonstrated something that defied all scientific understanding: controlled pyrokinesis. Rather than unleashing destructive flames, he generated precise, regulated heat throughout the station's corridors. His fire breath, which should have been an uncontrollable weapon, became a life-saving tool that maintained temperature zones perfectly suited to each species' needs. Dr. Ithara, a visiting Kythera dignitary, transmitted her observations directly to the Galactic Council. "The human's approach has produced an impossible result. The Draconis rex displays empathy, cooperation, and protective instincts toward other species. This contradicts everything we understand about their biology." Marcus reviewed the data with quiet satisfaction. While other species had studied Draconis, Rex as isolated specimens, humans understood the critical importance of social development. Every dangerous trait could be channeled constructively when guided by genuine care and consistent boundaries. By year's end, Ember had grown to his full adult size, but he bore little resemblance to the savage predators described in xenobiology texts. He served as the station's chief engineer, using his precise flame control for delicate repairs. His enhanced senses made him an unparalleled security system. Most remarkably, he had begun learning multiple galactic languages, communicating complex ideas through a combination of verbal sounds and subtle body language. The revelation that shocked the galactic community wasn't Ember's transformation. It was the discovery that humans had been quietly achieving similar results with dozens of supposedly impossible to domesticate species throughout their expansion into space. Their approach was always the same: treat every creature as an individual capable of growth and relationship, rather than a prisoner of its biological programming. When the Galactic Council requested a formal report, Marcus's response became, "Required reading in xenobiology programs across the galaxy." We didn't change what Ember was. We simply loved him enough to let him become who he could be. That's not magic. It's just what humans do. Today, Ember serves as an ambassador between human space and the previously hostile Draconis systems. His adoption sparked a revolution in interspecies relations, proving that with enough patience and understanding, even the most unlikely partnerships could flourish. The lesson learned echoed through human space. When other species asked, "Why risk it?" humans answered, "Why not? Try?"